Before I begin, I'd like to ask you all to close your eyes for just a moment and imagine with me what it would look like if you lived your life with no limits. Would you go and talk to that one person you always thought you never could? Would you try that one thing that you've always been dreaming of? Would you push past the fear and uncertainty in your life and do the things that you never thought were possible? You can open your eyes now. Hi, my name's Brooke Schmidt, and what you just imagined is a life in which you put your all in. No limits, no doubts, and no second guessing. What you just imagined is a life in which everything you do, you send it. This year for my slogan, I chose Full Send It, Schmidt for Senate, to embody what I want to do as student body president. Senate has given so much to me, and I want to give it back in my final year by making a difference, putting my all in, and stepping up to any challenge. You see, when I first told my mom about my slogan, Full Send It, Schmidt for Senate, she was confused. Thinking I was going to run a campaign around the postal system, she highly advised me not to use it. However, I cannot think of a more fitting slogan for what I want this upcoming year to be. I explained to my mom that instead of promoting the U.S. Postal Service like she thought, I wanted to encourage a different kind of sending in. One that makes you step outside your comfort zone, pushes what you believe is possible, and maybe even leaves you with goosebumps. You see, I believe that if Senate can step outside of what we believe is normal or comfortable and send it, there's truly no limit to what we can do. Maybe that means sending it for Power Week and doing new things to reach even higher goals for our school. Or something as simple as reaching out to someone who needs your help and letting them know you're there for them, even if it's not something you would normally do. But this starts with us, Student Senate. If we can push past the boundaries that hold us back and put our all in, we can make amazing, truly unstoppable things happen. If we aren't constantly trying new things and pushing the boundaries, we won't be able to grow and change in order to connect with all of our 4,000 students. This is why I want to run for student body president. I think that there's more to it than just fulfilling a name and a title. Student body president is about inspiring others around you, helping others rise up and succeed, and truly being more than just someone who shows up every day and goes through the motions. They must embrace who Creek is and what makes every single one of us so amazing. As student body president, I know that I can redefine what Senate means to Creek. Not only are we a group of students and leaders, but rather a group of 40 kids who put their all in with no limits. By going all in for Creek, we can inspire others to rise up and do the same, to cheer louder at football games, to race to be the first at pep assemblies, and to help kids to know the pride that comes with being a Cherry Creek Bruin. On exec board last year as student body secretary, I was given the amazing opportunity to walk with Senate every single day and be part of the leaders in this room with me. I put my all into helping Senate grow and thrive. Even though it can seem chaotic at times, I know the joy that comes with the position on exec, and I would not trade that for the world. I learned that being a leader sometimes means that you have to make the harder choice or take the less popular path. I devoted myself to making sure I would keep my promises on exec this past year and not take the position for granted. I worked to do things like bring back Senator of the Month and revamp the We Take Attendance and create signs for the whiteboard that would keep us organized. Our generation is changing. Creek is changing, and that means that Senate should be changing right along with it. Last year, I made sure I would not just sit back and simply fulfill my role. I devoted myself to going above and beyond to make sure Senate is the best place that it can be. So, this year, I know as student body president, I would bring the same commitment and drive every single day. I don't believe in sitting back and just doing the bare minimum. I believe in sending it, putting yourself out there, giving it your all, and doing things that you never before thought were possible. I believe that this position holds incredible power to make an amazing difference and be the voice of our students. At this point in our generation, students must be able to speak up and take action and believe in the power of all of our voices. In life, every year and every challenge can seem new and scary. Sometimes we get nervous, we question ourselves, and we wonder if we can really do it. But this year, I challenge you to send it with Schmidt. Put your heart and soul in, because you never know where it will take you. And together, there's no limit to what we can do. Thank you.
Okay, Brooke, what is one thing that you have done in Senate this year in which you were a leader? Describe that event and how you demonstrated your leadership.
So I think that this past year, obviously we've done a lot of things in Senate, but I think that this past Spirit Week and Power Week have helped show that I'm a leader within Senate, and I think that with Spirit Week I helped show that being the head of decorations, which obviously is a truly big role, and it takes a lot of coordination and getting Senate kids to come and put in the work, and this helped me see just how much time it takes to put into a role in exec, and it helped show myself as a leader because I was able to work with other students and be able to ask people to do things, and sometimes it wasn't easy and sometimes it wasn't always the nicest thing to be able to say, hey, you need to come in and you need to do the work. But I think that Spirit Week and then also for Power Week, not being the head of decorations but just stepping back and being able to put in that work too, I think that just helped show my leadership skills.
Briefly describe your overall experience at Creek so far. What made you want to run for student body president, and if you could achieve one thing in this position, what would it be?
So ever since coming into Senate freshman year, I've just looked up so much to every student body president, and just every single person that's in that position has such an important role of what they can do and what their power is and the impact that they have on other people. And I just think it would be the coolest thing in the world to be able to be that person to kids at Creek, because like you last year, to Ron, there's people look up to that person. They look up to them, what they're doing and how they're feeling, and I think that it would just be so amazing to be able to fulfill that role at Creek. And I think that as student body president, I'd really be able to bring something unique to the table and be able to bring creativity and thinking outside of the box, and just be able to bring a sense of pride of who Creek is. And so yeah, I think that would make me.